from each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are, from memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried, and with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight, reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving the Magic podcast. I'm KJ.
And I am Jeffrey. And believe it or not, we have made it to the year 1985. February 3rd of 1985 to be exact, for Disney feature-length film number 161. It is a film called Lots of Luck. Lots of Luck, again, is the first film of 1985. It is also another Disney Channel film, like we have been watching on our chronological watch right now. They are deep into releasing films on the Disney Channel. And Lots of Luck is, again, a Disney Channel film, February 3rd, 1985. It is also the return of Annette Funicello for the first time since 1965, A Monkey's Uncle. So this is her first Disney film in 20 years, and it's for the Disney Channel, which makes sense because she was a Mouseketeer. Would you like to start us off with a synopsis about Lots of Luck?
An ordinary family wins the lottery, and they soon learn that winning is not all it's cracked up to be.
This film is not all it's cracked up to be, but
I disagree with you.
it was good, just compared to what we watched last time and stuff like that, but go ahead.
This would make my list before the other one just because it did make me cry. I also did not look into this before we watched it, so I didn't really know what to
Got a
expect.
pretty stellar cast. It's got like Fred Willard in it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
It was good. It was a good comedy. Had a motorcycle with a sidecar that you didn't remember.
Mhm.
It's got another return of the Disney Volkswagens. Do you think that they kept all of those from Herbie, and that's why there was so many of
They
them?
made this one up. That's why it doesn't start. But they made this one a convertible.
Yeah, and this one was a convertible because it had issues with starting, so the family would have to push it. Someone in the family would have to push it while the mom would drive it, and then they'd have to jump in.
I mean, do you want to just start talking about it?
Sure.
You want to kick us off?
So you have your run-of-the-mill average American family. Did you catch what year this was supposed to be in? I don't
I
remember.
just assumed 85.
I assumed it was also in the 80s because it didn't seem like it was like
Yeah.
it's just super in the 70s or whatever. So, anyway, this family, the mom is a beautician and works in a salon. Her husband is a mechanic and he works in a factory. And the kids, obviously, there's three of them, two daughters and a boy, go to school. And the mom every morning gets in the car, and the kids have to push the car out the driveway and then jump in. And then she takes them to school. Then she comes back to get her husband, and then he has to push the car and get dropped off to go to work.
Mhm.
So the son is very, very smart, and he calculates lots of things randomly.
Like stoplights.
Yes, and he has been tracking what would be the perfect route for them to take, the perfect speed that she needs to go, so that way they miss all the lights and don't have to get out and push the car anymore because they all hate doing this. And the oldest daughter is in love with this boy at school, and she goes way out of her way to impress him. And the youngest daughter reminds me of like Cindy Brady, and she just like rolls her eyes at the sister all the time, and I don't know. She's quite the character. The grandma at the beginning is making them oatmeal, and she was like, oh, well, old-fashioned oatmeal is good for you. It's old-fashioned like me. And she's like, you're not old-fashioned, Grandma. You're just old. And I was like, God, what a way to talk to. And she's like, I don't want oatmeal. And she's like, what did they call them? Toaster pop pastries or
Yeah.
I don't know. They called them Pop Tarts, but it wasn't Pop Tarts. It was like pop toasters or something. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. And the grandma was like, "Well, that's not healthy for you." And the youngest granddaughter's like, "Okay, I'll have some coffee and a cigarette then." That's what the grandma was doing. And then she just looks at her like, "Are you kidding me?" So I mean, the youngest one is very, very fun and witty. Um, I enjoyed the kids a lot in this movie. Sometimes the kids aren't really my favorite, but I enjoyed the kids in this one. Um, so we find out later that the mom every week with her best friend, they buy like a lottery ticket, um, in hopes that they're going to win money. The dad at the factory was somehow guilted into buying five raffle tickets for the raffle at work, which was to win a car.
They're only $1 each, though.
But at that point, they were talking about how like money was tight and they really didn't have that money to just kind of waste on raffle tickets and stuff. Uh, their socks were wet. They needed a new dryer. They needed a lot of new things like around the house.
Mhm.
And they passed this like car dealership and he talks to the wife about how it would be nice if we could buy that and I wouldn't have to work at the factory anymore and I could have my own business with his best friend, which was also
Her
his
best friend's husband.
yeah. So they're a close-knit little group of people. Anyway, the car is like literally kind of on its last leg. He's been working on some kind of new motor for it, but has yet to finish it. And I don't know if you noticed it at one point when he was pushing the car, it had like a sticker on the back that said Buy American. And I was like, that's so funny because it's on the Volkswagen. And apparently at one point, the mom says, "Oh no, it passed 100,000 miles. We missed it again." And I was like, "Again? How?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "How many times? Like, how many miles does this car have on it?" It sounded like it had at least 300,000 on it because they'd done it at least twice. Um, but they end up going over to the place where you can buy the lottery tickets, and then they find out when they look at their ticket and look over that they've won the lottery. But then yeah, last week's lottery, but we find out that her best friend didn't want to buy a ticket because she feels like eights are unlucky.
She doesn't like AIDS.
Yeah. So she refused to buy one that week. And then she's all upset with the other friend because she's like, I can't believe you would do this without me. And she was like, well, I mean, I'll split it with you. And she's like, I don't want you to split your money with me. I want you to split our money with me. And I don't know. I kind of felt like it was a little bit ridiculous to feel that way about your friend when you didn't want to buy one, but she did, so she bought one.
Mhm.
Um, and then we find out that yes, she did win, but that didn't mean she won the $1 million. She has to go on a TV show with five other contestants. So there's six contestants going to be on this TV show, and that gets her a chance to win. And basically, all they do is spin a wheel,
Whose name
and
lands on?
it picks a name, and then whoever it lands on gets the money. It does land on her, so she wins the money. She's all excited. Her friend's not that happy about it. Her husband's not that happy about it at the moment. Um, but the main character's husband's very excited about it. But then it's like,
They become celebrities overnight for sure.
yeah, so their entire lives change, but then it's like they keep winning free things that they didn't sign up for, and like they won a free pool, they won like a tanning salon, and I don't know, they just kept winning things that they're like, we didn't even sign up for this. How do we keep winning this stuff? Um, he ends up going to work his friend and him's not really doing that great, but they're kind of doing a little bit better than the girls are doing at this point. And it's time for them to go call the raffle. And he's like, you know what? I don't need these. You can have them. He's like, well, I don't want all of them. And he was like, well, here, I'll take one. You can take four of the other ones. And of course, the one time they call the raffle ticket, the guy has the winning part again. So he wins. His friend's upset again. And it's like, really?
But he ends up losing his job.
Yeah. He gets fired. Um, she's also at her job fed up with people that keep trying to ask for money and investments in their like weird ideas. This one lady was like, I just have this feeling that dog houses are for me and the doghouse business. It's
Hey, that one girl wanted to start a band.
I just need $10,000 to
One,
get this up and off the ground. And I'm like, for dog houses?
one girl wanted to start a band.
Yeah. No, she already had a band. She just needed some funding. Um, anyway, so that lady gets her hair messed up because our beautician is not very happy because she's just fed up with people asking her for money. So she pretty much quits slash gets fired at the same time and leaves. Um, they end up deciding, you know what, we never do anything for us. Why don't we take a honeymoon? They're gonna go out without the kids on a trip. It doesn't go well.
They just want to come home.
Yeah, they're just over it, and it's not them. They don't normally spend money like this, so they just want to go home, be themselves again. It's a whole ordeal to get home. Um, before they got home, the grandma got a phone call from their accountant, and she has to tell them when they get home, we're broke.
These things cost money.
Yeah. Um, the guy comes over and tries to start explaining it to them. Basically, he's like, yeah, you won these things for free, but there's taxes on them.
Mhm.
So you've got the taxes for this, and then he's like, the swimming pool, all of that stuff has taxes. And then you've got lawsuits because the dog that you won bit the pool guy. And they're like, we don't have a pool guy. And they're like, not anymore. But I don't know. It's just quite ridiculous the amount of money that they lost and won. Because at one point, the son said something about they had broke a world record and Guinness was coming over the next day because of how much stuff they had won, and it was a world record with all the stuff that they had won.
So they don't have any money.
Yeah, so they were basically selling all the stuff that they had to try to like get money to just go back to normal. Even the kids are like, we just want to be normal again. Um, because like the kids are being charged for things at school, like just to like turn the jump rope for the little girl, they're like, it's $1. And then she's like, it's never cost me $1 before. And they're like, well, you weren't rich before. And the boy was asking if he could use his friend's computer still, and his friend's like, sure, $20. He's like, what? You've never charged me $20 before. He's like, yeah, but you're rich. And it's like, oh my God. And the kids just want to go back to normal, which is nice because you would think that kids are going to be like, no, I like to be rich and have all this money.
So that's what they do. They are going to go beg for their jobs back, which doesn't go extremely well.
Mhm.
They have to push the car still. The father's friend is also out of a job, thinking that the two of them could have a business together, but there's no money.
Yeah.
But then there's this random race. This race around town. We have to go to five
The eco race.
Yeah, you have to go to 5 checkpoints, but you can only use 1 gallon of gas. Perfect timing for that because the son has been calculating all this stuff to save the stress of pushing the car. So they are going to
The dad and his best friend finished up their motor, which is what gave them the idea because they were talking about how much fuel they can save with this new motor. And then he's like, that's it, the eco race at work.
$25,000.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So he said, we can do that. We can put the motor in the Volkswagen. We can do this.
Mhm.
And then they do all this work to it. They get it put in. And then they decide that they need a driver. And the woman's best friend is like, well, my husband can't do it because he's a lead foot. Like the car will run out of gas. And then the son was like, Mom should do it because she's been doing this for years in this car and knows how to do it. And she was like, but you know the route I should take. So they talk about like using like CB radios in the car to kind of like figure it out. And he's gonna, because he kept his computer and he's gonna tell her the best route that she should go because he's gonna calculate it and what speed she should go and everything. So that way she still has enough gas to make it. And then the other guy's boss is there. He is in the race and he sees them there and he's like, oh, you're going to try to race against me? And the guy's like, no, I'm not going to race against you. My wife is. And he's like, oh. And then he tells his two little goons to like make sure she does not win. And then like hilarious things ensue.
Slapstick ensues, but guess what? She wins.
She does.
Everybody else runs out of gas except for her.
Yeah.
And she puts it in neutral and coasts across the finish line, which allows them to be able to use the money to.
Makes you wonder if this is like they've not like this is not the first time it's ever been done, but how many people have ever finished this race?
But they win because $25,000, which gets them to start their own garage, gets them to start making money, and then it cuts to them making commercials, something about tuning a fish,
Yeah.
and
You can tune a car, but you can't tune a fish.
true. They got their first sale, and
Yeah.
that's the film that we just watched. Thoughts on Lots of Luck?
I actually like this one a lot better than I thought I would.
That was funny.
I also went to this one with really no expectations. I had never heard of it.
It's once again on YouTube.
I told you if it made me cry that I was going to be very upset with you. It did not make me cry. I did get a few good laughs out of it. So I guess it was good to go to bed after watching that one and not having to have a heavy movie right before bed. But IMDb rates this a 5.8 out of 10. I did see that rating before we really got deep into it, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I didn't think it was bad at all.
No, I do think
I enjoyed
5.8 is
it.
a pretty decent rating for it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I rated it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
Okay. We're just being gracious and generous with our ratings now. I guess that's fine. That's fine.
It was the return of Annette.
Yeah, I mean, she was good. This film
It
was
was
good.
good.
It was enjoyable.
The Volkswagen.
It was average for sure.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. It made me laugh. I enjoyed the characters and their banter and connections. It was good.
Does it make your list upon a star?
It was not good enough to make it onto my list upon a star.
So then what is your list upon a star starting at 10?
Starting at 10, the strongest man in the world. Still holding on.
Must be so strong.
The Apple Dumpling Gang. The Apple Dumpling Gang rides again. Dumbo. Sleeping Beauty. The Parent Trap. The Fox and the Hound. Tex. 101 Dalmatians. And number 1, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
So my list upon a star is also staying the same. We are yet to have a Disney Channel film breaking onto either one of our lists. But my list is staying at number 10, Pete's Dragon, number 9, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, 8, Alice in Wonderland, 7, Fox and the Hound, 6, Robin Hood, 5, Peter Pan, 4, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, 3, Mary Poppins, 2, The Rescuers, and number 1 is still 101 Dalmatians. But we watched another Disney Channel film, another enjoyable film. We are halfway through the 80s. Well, not yet. We are in the year 1985 strongly.
Yeah.
Speaking of the year 1985, our next film is also in the year 1985, and believe it or not, it is also a Disney Channel film. It is film number 162 from May of 1985, and that film is called The Undergrads, which I can't wait to talk to you all about then. But before that, thank you for hanging out with us. You can write to us or follow us along on Instagram, Deep Dive in the Magic. You can also come hang out with us on YouTube and Spotify, where all of this is happening. Deep Dive in the Magic. We would love to hear from you. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, your follows, your telling your friends, your shares, your kind words, all that fun stuff. It means a lot. And if you want to write to us about the film last week making you cry or this week making you laugh, deep dive in the magic pod at
Or making
gmail.com.
you laugh so hard that you cry.
True. But again, next time we are moving deeper into 1985 with the film called Undergrads, which we will see then.
All right. Thanks for deep diving the magic.